Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Ball Player's Guide. Today, we're going to be starting our series recap series, I guess. We're going to try to do, after every Twin series, a short episode, kind of recapping the series, looking forward to the next one. Do some segments like who's trending up, who's trending down, our thoughts on everything. Um, First series of the year, Twins versus the Orioles. Twins lose 2 out of 3. I think that's kind of what a lot of people were expecting. But they were competitive, which I think is, I don't know, maybe shocking to some people, including Jeff Passan, who had a major stray in his one of his first tweets of the season, which is crazy. But the first game they lost 2-1. Um, Second game they won 4-1, and then game three lost 8-6. But they were in it for pretty much every game, which I think was encouraging to see. They didn't get completely rolled. Um, where do you guys want to start? Do you just want to go game by game? Do you want to do just like overall thoughts? What do you guys think?
Yeah, if we start with game one, like game one, I can't remember who I heard say this, but it was like game one was like a perfect example of like how the twin season was gonna be. Like, so Joe Ryan's gonna pitch 5 and a third, really good innings, and then you're gonna be in the game. It's gonna be, like close in the middle innings, and then the bullpen's gonna give up 2 runs and you're gonna lose because then if you're facing the other team's good pitcher, you're probably not gonna score very much either. So I think that, like in my mind, I was like, oh, are we gonna see this a lot more times this year where, you might get a good start and then, that bullpen so right away the bullpen was trending down, and we'll talk about it later. They had a better game too, which got them the win there. But that was my main concern is like, how many times are we going to see that this year where, you get a lead or it's close in the middle innings and, they just didn't invest in that bullpen and traded everybody away last deadline. And like, is that how is that going to play out?
I I think I texted you guys right when Justin Topa came in,
Yep.
and I think I said something like this one's over,
Yep.
and it was. He I don't think he has any business being on this team. I think if they would have gone with someone like Liam Hendricks instead, they'd be in a much better spot, but it was a winnable game for sure. They easily could have taken 2 of 3. So,
Well, and the thing is too, it's a winnable game, and the Orioles starter Trevor Rogers went seven shut.
mhm.
Like the Twins had nothing going for those 7 innings, and then like you still had a chance to win it. But yeah, like you said, if you throw out Topa in there, he's going to give up a run, and then you've got, I mean, Funderburk, who, I mean, yeah,
They picked him over Chafin, and it's only 2 games, but he hasn't been
sharp.
good in those 2 games.
Yeah,
So you wonder if you had a guy like Chafin in that spot, if those runners don't get on,
yeah.
and
Ta-
the inning game turns out different.
Taylor Rogers didn't look good in his inning either. Like,
No,
I know he got out of it, but like,
Yeah, it was shaky. And then the other thing, which we're gonna touch on a little, well, we could probably talk on it now. They were 1 for 12 for runners in scoring position with 7 left on base. I mean, that's just not gonna cut it. I don't
yeah,
care. I mean, there was a sac fly by Keishel, but I mean, you can't win if you're 1 for 12. Overall through the series, they were 6 for 26, which is a 231 average with 21 guys left on base. Just overall the series, but
yep.
6 for 26 with runners in scoring position. That's not good. That's not good enough if you're going to win,
Oh,
especially if you're going to be in these tight ball games. Like you got to
yeah,
convert. And there's too many strikeouts in those situations too. Like just today, you had we can jump to game three just as an example because it's off the dome. You had Cody Clemens and Byron Buxton both strike out with bases loaded, and it was
Royce Lewis also struck out
Royce
a
Lewis
batter
also
before
struck
that.
out. Yeah, um, which is just not gonna cut it. Like I don't care who
Nope.
you are or what's going on. Like that's just not gonna work. So that's something that you have to really keep your eye on if you're going to be this Twins team. Like they going to try to be this scrappy, like small ball team, stealing bases, which I love. I love to see that. They stole a bunch in the last 3 games, which is awesome. I love to see that. But
yep.
then you got to convert, and right now they're just not converting.
I
So
think the other big thing that I want to touch on in game one and just like kind of overall is they're handling the Royce Lewis right now. I think is just
yeah,
kind of ridiculous. Like
Hmm.
I, I think
he's
he's
hitting
someone
eight.
that he's like if you're I don't know like you're a manager and you like do the Twins still have faith in him? Because I don't know if they do. Like if you're gonna bat him eighth, like and it's different than 2023 or 2024 when you're like, okay, we're trying to win. So
Yeah,
and we have a good team, so we're gonna bat him eighth because that I mean because that's just kind of what it's producing. But this lineup isn't it's not a top tier lineup. So
yeah,
if you have a young guy that you still want to give at bats, you want to still believe him, he can't be batting eighth. Like he has to be in that top half, and if you believe in him, and then the other part of that is like he's batting eighth, and then you pinch hit him for Trevor Larnach at the end of a game in a big spot. And
Yeah,
and mind you, like sure Royce has had his struggles like over the years, but isn't he probably still your clutchest bat?
yes.
Like I
has to
He's
mean,
a
be.
guy
I mean he
guy that
won
lives for that moment.
he won like numbers aside, like he won he carried you in that playoff series. Like I
Mhm.
know he hasn't been the same since then, but like that's the guy you want up in that spot. And then even numbers aside, and then numbers aside, like and when you actually go into the numbers, actually, like his career OPS against right-handed pitcher is higher than Larnach's.
Yeah,
And like I know like recently not as good, and I'm sure if you compare the last couple of years, but it's not like Larnach is like oh he kills righties, so like we need him in that.
That doesn't
He's a career like his OPS plus in his career is like around 100. Like what?
it doesn't
Like,
matter though if
there's no logical sense where that made it like it just didn't make any sense at all.
like it
Like there was
doesn't matter what
nothing
the
in that
numbers
made
are.
sense.
Like you tell someone else, like who do you rather have in the situation, Royce Lewis or Trevor Larnach? They're gonna say that second person's not a real baseball player.
mhm.
Like people don't like Royce Lewis has the name factor for a reason, right? Like the only other person right now that I'd probably rather see up in that situation than Royce is maybe Luke Keeschel, just because I know he's got the bat to ball skills to not strike out in that moment, right? But like everyone else is just like they're striking out way too much, right? And like this Baltimore Orioles staff is good, but it's not like insane, like lights out stuff top to bottom,
No,
which is like it should be doable to like put the ball in play at least. Like Caratini did that all the time. Like this series, you saw him just like flick the wrist, shoot the ball the other way, like find the gap, and like he was able to be productive like the whole series. They need more of that.
yeah. So I was sitting
Um,
at work watching it was like we were wrapping up for the day. We were just sitting there waiting till the game was over to leave. And I heard Corey say they're gonna lift. And I thought he meant taking Royce out. So I went, no. And then my mom was talking to me and she was like, what? And I was like, I think they're taking Royce Lewis out. And then I looked and it was James Outman running for Caratini. I was like, oh, perfect.
Makes sense.
Whatever. And then I see Trevor Larnach with a helmet on, getting ready to step in the box. And I was like, oh, no, they did lift Royce for this. And then to top it off, Ryan Helsley threw two splitters about 30 feet, and Larnach swung at both of them. So,
Look like
Yeah.
me trying to take a AB up there.
yeah,
And that's the other part of it too. Like Royce had already had three at bats in the game, and you're like you want Larnach to come off the bench cold against Hel
yeah,
like I know Helsley struggled last year, but he's still a
He's
legit closer in this game. And you come off the bench and hit that, okay.
he hit 102. Like,
yeah,
good luck with that. So they lost game one, right? Some very questionable moves from Shelton there. Like pinch hitting for Royce Lewis. Obviously, all of us are like, what the hell are you doing? Like, that's the
hmm,
dumbest thing possible. I'm okay with throwing Topa out there. Like, had a rough spring, like maybe shake off the cobwebs, get out there. Like, I get it. I shouldn't have done it. I understand the train of thought, right?
The only thing with that, just to add on to that, is like I don't think honestly, and this is terrible to say, like, and I sent you guys this tweet before, like before the season, they're like, the Twins bullpen, like we're gonna mix and match and nobody has defined roles. Like that's translation for the bullpen is awful. Like
yeah,
that
Well, yeah.
like if you don't have like that's what the translation is. Like, oh, everything's up for grabs. It's because we don't have any guys that we believe in right now.
Well, and
And
then you
Topa's
see that
probably
in
your
game
most
two,
experienced guy.
Taylor Rogers.
Well, yes, but
Yeah, but then you look at it in game two, where you see the bullpen where Taj Bradley, who probably had the best showing out of any Twins player, not named Joe Ryan and Royce Lewis, maybe even better than them. He went four and a third, three hits, one earned run, nine strikeouts, and four and a third,
Hmm.
which is insane. Then after the four and a third, you have Anthony Banda, two-thirds shut, Funderburk, two-thirds shut, keeping in mind he had two base runners, two hits allowed in that time, but he got two strikeouts. Eric Orzi, one and a third, shut with only one walk. Topa with a
Went
one,
back to
two,
Opa.
three inning, went back to Topa in the eighth, keep in mind, like a high leverage situation. And then Cole Sands to close the game out, which he went shut with a walk and two Ks. But like, isn't the whole point of having like these early games, especially if you're not competitive, to run out the other guys out there, right? So like obviously you want to get Band out there because he didn't throw game one. You want to get Orzi out there because he didn't throw game one. But then you go back to Funderburk and Topa. Like, do you not have anyone else in the bullpen that you want to like go to? Let's reuse the same dudes over again. Like, yes, you had a day off in between. I get it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
See, Ryan, I think that's the problem is they don't have like I don't think they have guys that they trust in there. Like I think the bullpen is that
It
bad.
doesn't matter if they
Yeah,
have
no,
guys that they
no, no,
trust. They
yeah,
made the team
yeah,
use
no,
them,
yeah.
right? Like, I don't get it. Like, why
So
is
I so I don't know if it was on the broadcast or where I heard it, but somebody said it's just a game in April. It doesn't matter. And I understand that this team probably isn't making the postseason. But when I heard that, it made me very upset because that one game down the line can cost you. We've seen it. We've
yeah,
seen teams finish a game behind because they lost a game in April. So it's almost like Shelton is pitching to try and win, but everyone else is saying we should pitch to, how do I word this? Pitch to just get through the game, basically, which
Yeah.
is kind of what they did today.
Yeah, they let Abel go for too long.
Yeah.
we're
But
gonna
I
get
think
into that. I got things to
Yeah.
say about that.
and I think it was just one of those things. It was like once the game was tied, they're like, wow, well, screw it. We'll let him out there to die, which I would have liked to see him out there, but then and then you have the whole conversation. Well, like we need him stretched out as a starter because he's going to be your fifth guy when you come back, or fourth guy when you come back. So then you want him to get those pitches in, but you can do that during the week too. So that's just kind of a whole nother. But yeah, he was out there for way too long.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that when we talk about the next game. But then, so I just want to go back to game two real quick. Sorry, because I'm
Yeah.
looking at the box score again just to see like what's going on. Sorry, you're gonna hear my cat's feeders go off there. I'm just looking at the box score, like trying to like jog my memory a little bit. And James Outman replaced Trevor Larnach in the seventh inning as a defensive substitution. Why is Trevor Larnach on this team then? If you're gonna like, you have another lefty outfielder who can come in as a defensive sub. Like they're the same player in my mind. Like, is Trevor Larnach that much better than James Outman in any aspect that he should be starting over him? Like, if that's what you're going to be doing, like, I don't understand. Can someone help me understand what's going on there? What
Yeah,
is
it was
what
it
does
was
Trevor Larnach have over Derek Shelton that he keeps playing?
it was like we talked about it when they tendered him a contract. It's been confusing from the beginning. Like I just feel like you have so many guys like an Outman, uh, and even if you don't want to have the Walker Jenkins or Manuel Rodriguez discussion, you still have Alan Roden in AAA too. So I just feel like they have guys that should be given an opportunity because we know and we've said this many times, but we know what Trevor Larnach is. Yes, he's had a pretty good start to the year actually, but uh, like we know what he is, and I don't know why you wouldn't give Alan Roden at bats in the meantime if you don't want to call Jenkins or Rodriguez up yet. It just doesn't make or Outman give him some at bats. It just none of that makes sense to me. So I definitely agree on that point.
Like they've subbed out Larnach in two of the three games so far, so it's not like he's like a guy, right?
No.
Like he's not Royce Lewis, right? Like Royce is 26 years old, future of the franchise in our eyes and a lot of people's eyes, but like Larnick is hitting seven ahead of Royce Lewis. Why? Why is he there? They should be flopped. Royce should be hitting five, if not higher than that. Like,
I also don't like Cody Clemens leading off either. We can have that discussion too, but
all
like
right, Joey, go.
Oh my gosh. It See, I'm very much a bat to ball leadoff guy. Get a guy on in front of Buxton and Keyshaw. Cody Clemens isn't going to hit a leadoff home run. He's not Brian Dozier. It's just not going to happen. Like maybe he'll poke one every now and then, but he's not a legitimate threat to have as your one spot in your order. He's a
yeah,
guy that you hide in the eight spot. That's what he is.
yeah, he's not an on base guy, so I don't really love it at all. And like I texted you guys this today, like I just it's almost like this is gonna sound bad. It's almost unfortunate he had that little run last year and he hit 19 homers because now that gave him the shot this year, and now he's getting
Mhm.
opportunities that he probably shouldn't get. Um, in terms of the leadoff hitter against, it seems like they're going Austin Martin against lefties, or at least that's what they did game one. But like going forward, like I kind of like, I mean, like once you get more guys up, I kind of like Keishel on that spot too. I know
Yeah.
you like, I understand you want him with runners on, but I would like Keishel as leadoff guy because he has a good eye. I think he's gonna get on base. Like I don't know,
I think ideally, I mean, in my eyes, the ideal one, two, three is Keishel, Buxton, Royce. And then I would even
Bell
put
Or
four,
Josh Bell, yeah.
or Bell in there, and then you have Caratini
Wallner, yeah,
five.
I would put
Um,
Wallner ahead of him, and then probably Caratini.
I'm trying really hard to be a Matt Wallner supporter right now, but his at bats have been disgusting. And if
It's
Tom,
early.
if Tom watches this, he's going to comment, "I told you so," because he's been a Matt Wallner hater since the beginning. And I'm saying, like, you just wait. He's going to have 50 bombs, and I need it to happen because it's getting really hard to watch him taking that bat right now.
The
But
numbers are
yeah,
kind of deceiving with him because like his OPS ends up in a good spot. Yeah, but I don't know.
he also went 1 for 5 with 3 strikeouts today.
Yeah, but I mean, but this is again too early to make any
With
determinations about him so far. But
one of those, I think, being with the bases loaded.
Yeah. He
Um,
did hit a ball really well against Helsley. Ward just made a nice play on it and
that
left.
is true. That yeah, he
So,
did. That was really nice. I did like that approach. He went the
he
other
does
way.
have
mhm.
he does have 3 walks to 2 strikeouts, so
Yeah.
that's an encouraging sign too.
He had 3 strikeouts today.
Yeah, he's at
That was
five.
before
Yeah.
today's game. But yeah,
Yeah.
He
So,
has struck out in half of his at bats.
yeah,
but I mean, that's going to be Matt Wallner, and it's going to be
Yeah.
very frustrating.
yeah.
I'd rather have. So my ideal: Keishel, Buxton, Royce, Bell, Caratini, because he's going to give you a professional at bat. Same with Josh Bell. I've been really impressed with what I've seen with his at bat quality so far. The stats don't really back it up. He was 2 for 3 today, but I like his quality of at bats, anyways. And then Wallner, Jeffers, lefty, righty, however you want to split that up, and then whoever else is filling in the lineup, whether it's Larnick, um, Cody Clemens, whoever's down, Tristan Gray, look great. Rich Lee, fill in. They're your 8-9 guys, right? Royce is not an 8 guy.
Yeah,
Um,
especially in a team like this that I mean, not expected to compete. You never know they could make a run. You've seen crazier things happen in baseball, but
yeah,
like there's just no excuse for him to not be in the top 4 of that lineup. It just
especially when you
doesn't
look at
make
the
any
other
sense.
names in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
That Cody Clemens guy, though, he's pretty legit.
it's got potential. Do you know who his dad is?
I think I can't remember who I was talking to, but I said last summer when Cody started to hit well, as soon as he started to go off, I was like, he is their new Willie Castro. No matter how good or bad he is, they're going to play him every day, everywhere, and they're going to keep him around for 3 to 4 years, no matter what he does.
Yep.
That's just how it's going to work.
Yep.
Like
And
I don't
then
know. Yeah.
3 years down the road, when he's batting leadoff and hitting 100 over the last 3 years, they're going to be like, but remember what he did in 2025? We're going to hold on to that.
It's in there somewhere. We just got to unlock it.
Oh, yeah.
The nice thing with him is he's got no options left. So if he does suck for like a long period of time, like he'll be done. They'll DFA him.
I hope so.
I also hope he bounces back and has a good year because,
Prove us wrong, please.
yeah, they
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
use it. So,
Yeah, like play better and prove us wrong, but right now we're not seeing it. Um, as far as trending up, talked about Taj Bradley. I have the bullpen because I thought that, I mean, overall, like they weren't awful, like outside of Thunder. They don't have like the guy, right? They don't have like the one or two guy, but Cole Sands looked good. I thought he looked pretty good in the ninth there. Um, Bando looked good. Orzi looked good. Like you got a couple of guys with who like could be something, right? You don't have like studs. Like I'm not saying like you put any of these guys in like a in the Dodgers, well, Dodgers is a bad example, but like Yankees pen, they're not making it. Or they're like the seventh guy out of the bullpen,
Hmm.
right? But like, I don't see what you got. I have Royce, obviously, Caratini. I'm gonna be singing his praises all year long. Even if the stats aren't gonna be there, I just love the way he takes an at bat, right? Control the zone, go the other way with it, take what they give you, don't try to do too much with it. Tristan Gray, I just wrote a little smiley face. I love old middle infielders. And then Josh Bell. Those are my trending up. Do you guys, Joe Ryan, obviously, but
yeah,
you guys
Joe
have any
Ryan's
others?
been up. He's
We
been
know what
up.
he is. He's a
Yeah,
stud.
walking around with that thing on him.
All right. Trending down, Cody Clemens talked about that. And then Derek Shelton. Like that's a big what is you doing, baby? We talked about the moves with the pinch hitting Royce and the bullpen and Topa, but also trending up, he got ejected today for his boys. He's standing up for the squad, which you know what? I love a little
Yeah.
fire.
I like it. I don't looking at it objectively. I didn't think it was like that late of a challenge, to be honest.
It
But
wasn't late at
no,
all.
I think
I,
he must have thought it was late from the catcher or something.
yeah,
'Cause the pitcher did it right away,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah. But I think it's the thing where like nobody is like no pitchers are doing it. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
no one was probably looking at the pitcher.
Yeah, so he probably thought like, when did the catcher do it? Because I didn't see it happen. Yeah, he
Mhm.
probably
Exactly.
totally
Yeah.
see that.
Or like the bullpen or like the bullpen, the dugout yelled and then they're like, "Oh yeah, 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 yeah." So that's probably what he thought. But hey, I love the fire out
No,
there
I like it.
by Hot Santa. Um and then should we preview the next series a little bit?
Were we going to talk game three? We didn't talk about McAble at all.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I kind of blocked that out of my mind. This is another Derek Shelton thing I have going on. Okay, so you have Mick Abel, who's what, like 24,
Yep.
25,
24, 25. Yeah.
24. He's going to be one of your young stud arms, right? He's going to be a rotation staple for a long time. Twins are really high on him. And you run him out there in his first appearance of the year, and you just basically are telling this kid, F you, you're running out there until your arm falls off. You're going to throw three and a third. You're going to give up, how many did he give up? Five?
Yep.
Um, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna be struggling with command. You're gonna just be wearing it on the chin. And you know what? We got a bunch of dudes in the pen that'd be awesome to help you out right now. Cody Lawyerson and Zach Kent, who we haven't seen all year, they could probably come into the game to get their feet wet a little bit. But you know what, kid? Screw you. And there were so many moments where we were like, okay, yep, that's the moment where he's going to get
Mhm.
taken out of the game. Like he gave up a single, like scored a run. Okay, yep, that's the point. Take this kid out of the game. Nope, leaves him in. Bases loaded, one out. I'm screaming through text messages to you guys. What is he doing? Next pitch, he gets a double play, which I mean, Okay, great. That's baseball. But then they run him out there again to start the next inning, and he gets lit up again. Like he was clearly gassed. He couldn't find the zone. He was leaving pitches over the middle. Like, get this kid out of here. What are you doing, Derek Shelton? Like, I understand that you have a plan and that it's his day to throw, but like, that's the thing I don't understand. You're managing like you're trying to win the game with like all these pinch hitting and defensive substitution moves, and then you just leave Mick Abel out there to die on the mound. And nothing like just screwing over this kid's confidence,
Yeah.
than just saying like, "Sorry, buddy, it's what's gonna have to happen today." That
I
really
mean,
pissed me off.
if you're a manager, like this is why I say I think he's being told to just get through games. Don't pitch to win. We're not going to win because any manager with a working brain would not leave this guy out there to
A
rot.
little league manager, a
Yeah.
little league coach could see like, oh, maybe this is a good time to like maybe get this guy out of the game. It's
And like
absurd.
I understand, yes, they had a plan. He was always going to piggyback whatever because of the off days. But I also don't understand why you're running a starting pitcher out of the bullpen and trying to make it normal for him. He doesn't get his pregame routine. He doesn't get to play long toss on the field like he normally would. He
I
just has
hated
to go
everything about it.
sit in the bullpen for 4 innings and then ramp up. And he's a starter. Bullpen guys do that all the time, so that's just whatever. But as a starter, they have their whole routine pregame, and he just had to,
And it's not like he's a swing guy either,
yeah,
like a Nestor Cortez or like a Colin Ray from the Cubs. Like that's not he doesn't do that. He's not used to that. He's been a
yeah.
starter his entire life. Like that's a hard thing to do is to get ready in the bullpen to go in.
I didn't hate it in theory. I just like
The execution was
I just
horrid.
hated how committed like he really committed to it once he
Yeah.
committed to it. Like at some point you got to take him out, but yeah, it was just
Okay,
too late at that point.
so just to give a summary here of like what happened when he came in the game, right? First inning, um, strikeout, strikeout, single, fly out. Great. That's through the 9-1-2-3 of the order. That's a great first inning. And then he goes line out, strikeout, walk, double, double, strikeout. So he gave up a run. Okay. Fine, whatever. He's a young guy. Orioles have a good lineup. That's going to happen. Seventh inning, single, walk, single.
Take him out now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Double to Adley Rutschman, right? And then they intentionally walk Samuel Basayo, right? Who you're like, okay, like that's setting up for the next bullpen arm, right? So second and third, I think it was one out at that point. No outs. Second and third, nobody out at this point. You intentionally walk Samuel Basayo, and you're like, okay, Tyler O'Neill's up. We're going to get a different arm in there. Nope. That's when Tyler O'Neill grounds out to a force out, shortstop to home. So still bases loaded. One out. Kobe Mayo, single, two runners score. A one runner score, sorry. And then that's when I'm like, get him out of the game. Why is he still in the game? Double play. Awesome. Now I look like a dumbass. But he just had all of this traffic on the bases, right? All of this thing is happening. And then they leave him in the game for the eighth inning. What are you doing? Then it goes single. There's a tag play on a steal at second base that was a little bit iffy. I don't know if he actually
Mm,
tagged him or not, but there wasn't a good
yeah.
um
There was nothing to overturn that.
I don't think he
no.
tagged them though.
I don't think he did,
No,
but there was no camera angle to
there's,
overturn it.
yeah.
So, but then he went single, got lucky, tagged him out, then a walk. So there would have been first and second with nobody out, and then he got into force out, and then that's when Banda came in after the walk. But it's like, why are we running him out there for two extra batters if he's going to go single walk in the eighth inning?
Yeah,
He
it
was
was
already
really
at 75 pitches.
it was really weird to me because like and I'm not very high on Bailey Ober for the rest of the year, but they took him out after 56 pitches, which was right because I don't think he had it for much longer. But then you throw then you're like, okay, then McAble, we're gonna let you out there, leave you out there to die for 81 pitches. Like that combination of things didn't make sense either. Like
To me,
I think you took Ober out at the right time, but but Abel should have been out 5 or 6 batters before he was.
Well, to me, what it was is under no circumstances is Bailey Ober facing this lineup for the third time because
No.
they pulled him with the nine hitter up, right?
Yeah.
And so you're not going to have McAble come in with one out in an inning or a runner on, right? You want it to be
Mhm.
as normal as possible.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Bailey Ober should never see a lineup for the third time this season. I don't care who it is, if it's the Colorado Rockies, if it's the Thompson Babe Ruth team. He should never see a lineup for the third straight time. I don't give a shit. And then you bring in McAble. Great. Okay. Okay, in theory. Gets out of the first inning. Second inning has a little bit of traffic. He's clearly struggling in the third inning, and you just leave him to die. What are we doing?
Yeah, I overall I just don't really get it today. It was a frustrating day. I thought it was going to be okay when they gave Shane Boz the business a bit, but I mean, one takeaway from the whole series, if you told me on Thursday before the game that this pitching staff was going to give up one homer all series, I would have
And it would
laughed in
have
your
been
face.
Bailey Ober on a middle
In the
middle
yeah,
90 poo mount our fastball to Tyler O'Neill. Yeah, that's expected.
yeah.
No.
So overall, that's fine. I think between the three games, it was like 11-11 in total scoring. So it was just right even
That can't be right.
ish.
That's right. Wow.
Yeah. So
Nine. Holy crap. We tied the Orioles, everybody.
yeah.
Um,
So I think
yeah,
that's a positive to take away. I liked what I saw
they were competitive.
from yeah, and I don't think this is a team to just write off completely, at least right away. But
There's going to be a
easily
lot of
could have
bright spots. And there's going to be a lot
yeah,
of like, what are we doing?
yeah. Could have easily walked out of there 2-1, both
Oh, for sure.
Thursday and today, both winnable games.
Last thing on game 3, a couple base running issues that I didn't
Mm,
like.
Yep.
If you're gonna be like the way this roster is constructed, like that stuff can't happen. Like that, like you don't have time for those. Like I mean, for any baseball team, but for especially with how they want to play, like they got to play mistake free on that kind of with those kind of things. Like that Buxton double, like that,
They did a
like
good job
Myron,
explaining that though. Like Morneau,
yeah,
like they were explained it afterwards, and they're like, "That's
yeah,
not like they don't throw behind the runner there. Like that's a really weird play. Like there's like Buston doesn't have to usually like expect that to happen. Like that's weird.
yeah.
But like I don't know what was going on in the Tristan Gray one. Like that one was weird to me. Like he just like stopped, and when the ball got to third, he was like, "Whoa, we're playing baseball here."
You talk
I
about
mean,
Josh Bell or Tristan Gray?
Tristan Gray, the Josh Bell one was egregious. The
Yeah.
Tristan Gray double where he got tagged out at third.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then
That
Um,
one was
yeah.
like he I think he was waving. They explained it a little bit. It was like Larnick wasn't going to go, but then when Gray started going, Larnick was like, "Shit,
shit, I
I got
gotta
to go."
go. Yeah.
Yeah. So then Gray just tried to. It worked. It worked.
That
For
one
the
actually
take,
didn't.
but
That one didn't bother me as much because it did end up working out because
That, yeah, there's
they
just
ended up
some
hitting
weird
the
yeah,
miscommunication. The Josh Bell one, like,
the, that's
what's
just basic baseball.
the
You
number one rule is a base runner on second base? If the ball's hit in front of you, what do? Stay.
take
And it was
it.
hit very far in
It
front of
was
him
it was a slow roller into the base path, and he
to the third baseman.
yes, that yeah, that one
And
was. I was sitting there and I was like,
and Josh Bell is not exactly fleet of foot.
no. And I double checked. I was like, did the score bug not get updated? Is there somebody on first base and he has to go? And then I was
Yep.
like, oh, nope. He just decided, oh, yeah, slow roller to third, right into the base path. That looks like a
I think
good
he
opportunity for me to take 90 feet.
inside of his mind he must have thought it was hit slower than it was. So like the third base would have to charge a little bit more, and then he could sneak behind him. Like that's the only thought
Yeah.
process that
Or
makes sense to me.
something. That was
That,
funny.
or he was just like, I'm the fastest guy on this damn team and I'm getting there. But
Watch
he
me
did have
cook,
two
Buck.
doubles today. Well, a double and a half.
And
One
a
was
double
very
and a ball
sun
into the
aided.
sun.
Yeah. Dylan
Um,
Beavers made up for it though.
yeah,
So
he did. Next series, it's three with the Kansas City Royals. Joe, you were saying that the broadcast said there's going to be three lefties on the mound for the Royals. We're going to see a lot of Austin Martin. Hopefully, Royce Lewis gets bumped up higher into the lineup. Um, I hope we see a lot less Trevor Larnach.
That
I They need to pick James Outman or Trevor Larnach at this point. Like they're the same player to me. The only difference is James Outman can play center field.
yeah.
Like you got to
Outman
pick
has
one
better
of them.
defense. Larnick has better offense.
Larnick
Hmm.
will hit a little bit
So
better, but
yeah.
it's not.
So we're not going to see a lot of Trevor Larnach, at least initially. Austin Martin's going to lead off. We're going to see for the for better or worse this Twins lineup try to hit a lefty, and I don't.
They did fine against Trevor Rogers. Like they only had 3 hits, but I think they walked 4 times. So that's 7 base runners right there that they could have cashed in with, and they didn't.
I mean, you got
So
Buck who hits lefties pretty well. You got, I mean, I'm excited to see Keishel up against like some good lefty competition
Yeah.
again, see what he can do. Brooks
mhm.
Lee from the right side, like what do you got in that swing? Like I bet Royce is gonna hit at least one more home run this series.
Yeah,
They yeah.
if the top four of your lineup isn't Austin Martin, Luke Keeschel, Royce Lewis, and Byron Buxton, like what are you doing? Like those four, like if you're gonna like
It's gonna be Bell
if you're gonna
Royce.
have Austin Martin lead off, fine, but like those have to be the next three. Like it just doesn't make sense if it's not.
It's gonna
I
be
mean, the
Buck,
Bell
Keishel, Bell.
you can move Bell it like somewhere in there too, but
If Matt Wallner's in the top four of this lineup against the lefty, I think we have to riot.
I do I kind of like that they're letting him just try to figure it out against lefties though,
Yeah.
instead of trying to platoon. Like you may as well.
Yeah, like play him, don't hit him four.
No, yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I agree.
I think Jeffers has potential to bat 4 against lefties. I think
Yeah.
he's not necessarily the option we want to see, but I think that option is
Yeah,
there. And I think we do see that at some point, if it's this series or not. I don't know how they're going to work that. If,
it looks like
because
Jeffrey's
you
batted
almost,
for opening day.
yeah. So he's
Yeah.
an option there. But I don't know. Do we
Jeffers has the
like,
potential to be unconscious and just be the best hitter on the planet for
yeah,
like 2 weeks too. So you have to keep that in
yeah.
mind.
And I guess who do we see catch? Does he catch 2 out of 3 again here? And then Caratini plays first or DH? Because you can't not have those two in the lineup in some form these next 3 games.
So the way that the schedule works, it goes, let me pull it up here. So you got 3:10 start on Monday, day off Tuesday. So and then 6:40 Wednesday. So it's going to be Jeffers, and then a 1:10 on Thursday. That's going to be Caratini
And I would
because he's
DH.
not going to catch a
Yeah.
day after a night.
Yeah.
And with a lefty on the mound, I would still DH Jeffers, honestly. But
I think so
Yeah.
too.
That's, yeah.
they might give him the day off, but I would prefer him
There's
to.
just no other option to
Yeah.
put in really in that
Trevor
spot
Larnach.
unless, yeah, unless you want Larnick in there taking ABs against the lefty.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, then Bell would play first then.
I'd rather kick a wall with a door shim under my toe than see Trevor Larnach in there against a lefty, but that's just me. This has been Talking
yeah.
Twins. Um, I don't know. Despite how we sound, I think we are pretty optimistic with this team and how things looked overall. So it's gonna be a fun year. I'm gonna enjoy watching the Twins sometimes, which is better than
Yeah.
what we could say last year.
Yep. We need like this first half. I think we saw some things fundamentally, like you had said earlier, with stealing more bases, trying to get back to some of that kind of stuff. And then
Yep.
again, I'm looking forward to seeing Walker Jenkins, Emmanuel Rodriguez, and Culpepper at some point this year.
And Alan Roden, don't forget about him. He
Emmanuel
he had a
Rodriguez.
game-winning double the other night. I think it was yesterday.
Yep. Yep.
And this has
Won the
been
game for the Saints.
your farm report from Joe
Yeah.
Tweet. Now Autumn's telling me I have to go to bed. All right. Well, we see you guys for the recap of the Royals series, where the Twins are going to be fresh off a sweep, and Royce Lewis is going to be 3 for 3 in the first game with three grand slams. We can hope.